Hey, it's Tyson Alger. I am joined here by Andrew Greif. We are both beat writers for the Oregon Ducks for the Oregonian. It is Friday night. You might be watching this on Saturday morning, which means the Alamo Bowl is finally here after the Oregon Ducks have been here for a week at this point. Andrew's been here for just as long. The days are running together. We're ready for some football. But the luster of this game has maybe been kind of dwindled a little bit after Trevone Boykin was arrested yesterday morning, meaning that TCU is without their star receiver, they're without their star quarterback, which means Don Pelham, your Oregon's defensive coordinator, who didn't get a very big vote of confidence from Mark Helfrich today, you got every reason to play a strong defensive game today, right?
Yeah, it's kind of in a no-win situation. If you beat TCU, everyone expects you to. I think the Ducks are 7-point favorites right now in Vegas. They had been a pick'em game, and so you can tell voters, odds makers really think Oregon should win this thing pretty handily. But if you lose or if you struggle against a backup name like Bram Kohlhausen, who hasn't played very much at all for TCU this year, that's really going to add fuel to the fire that Helfrich did not help today when he was asked point blank whether Don Pelham would be back next year as defensive coordinator, and he danced around it and didn't indicate anything. He said, we all need to be better, starting with me. That's not a vote of confidence.
And it was just a very interesting contrast because in this very same press conference, Matt Lubick, former wide receivers coach, was promoted to offensive coordinator, taking the place of the departed Scott Frost. So on one end, you have basically said, excuse me, a guy saying, I can't tell you if we're bringing this guy back. And then on the other end, you're bringing in Matt Lubick, who has been very well regarded in pretty much every single interview we've done ever since Frost left. Andrew, what's he got to prove in this game?
Well, it's the first time calling plays in the box, in the booth, and that's just always some, I'm sure, uncomfortabilities to work out. That's what Helfrich said. He said it's funny the first time you get on the headset with somebody, and that in practice the last 4 weeks they've been practicing as if they're communicating with each other from a distance. That may have helped in practice. Of course, TCU's defense there is banged up as could be, but it's still Gary Patterson 4-2-5 defense. He's still kind of a defensive mastermind, and so it's a whole new game when you're going against them in live competition.
I would say it's safe to say that this Lubick hiring didn't necessarily come as a surprise. Oregon has a history of continuity with their coaching staff. You wrote about that today. I think it was kind of his job to lose from the start, and I don't know if people were expecting them to announce that today, but it's definitely something that I think a lot of the players certainly are happy about.
Yeah, it adds that hiring or the promotion, Don Pelham's uncertainty, they will add a little bit of intrigue to a game that otherwise kind of lost a little bit of its luster in the last few days. Kickoff is 3:45 Pacific time on Saturday.